Hello everybody, welcome to Animal Shelter Simulator. My name is Danny. Today, we are going to play the game. I have just played almost 3 hours of this so far today before I decided to start recording it because I wanted to actually get the hang of it first, get to know it well enough. And now here we are. Welcome to the game. So, we are going to shout out. And we shot up with dogs before. I am a cat person, but we'll go with a dog. I just left it as my shelter. Hello, everyone. You're adopting from my shelter. Let's do. Who is my? That's a great question. Well, I guess the world will never know. I'm just a manager here. I'm not the owner or anything. I don't know why you would think such a thing. Never. Couldn't be true. Couldn't be me. No, never. Alright, so, of course, every single time it forces you to start, which is what I figured was the case. It forces you to start with the tutorial. But the tutorial has a decent amount of gameplay in it. The computer is pretty much your one-stop shop for everything. As you can probably tell, I'm just going to get through this really quickly because if you want to pause, you can. Or you can get the game and learn this yourself, but it's pretty simplistic, straightforward, basic, and exactly what you expect. So you have the shop, you have email, which is for people telling you how good or bad you did with their adoptions, how well they fit, what have you. If you've gotten reputation upgrades or checks or whatever. You have the shop to buy the stuff for the shelter. You have build mode, which is where you can expand the shelter and upgrade things and buy new buildings, so on and so forth. Animals in the shelter, which are the ones you can adopt out. Pets to take in are obviously the ones you can take into your shelter. And gallery is where all your images are. Statistics is obviously just for the shelter itself and everything. And then encyclopedia is the overall help menu. So first things first, I believe we need to buy, we're not going to take in a new one. We'll need to buy a I'm gonna do this preemptively, or no, I can't, of course. I gotta wait for it, because tutorials forces you to have to do things in the order they demand of you. Mimi, huh? Someone found this little one in the sewer. This animal should only die without the help of humans. Alright. Of humans? Humans. Doors will automatically close after you, by the way, just so you're aware, so you don't technically have to close them. Also, critters do not cross thresholds, weirdly. So, of course, they're hungry, and only one critter is allowed per a caggy, being, of course, a pen, basically. A pen, babe. The enclosure is technically a run. There you go, Mimi. Like every other little creatures, cats and dogs must eat and drink. See, I was trying to get ahead of that, but no. The game's got to be a little dick about it. Lil Dicky. Alright. I'm going to make a diss track. Alright. Now we can buy them, because they're a little bench. So. Budget-friendly dog food and a water canister. But of course, you'll notice we have a ton of water, massive water jugs or containers, tanks, I guess, all over the property. We have one here. That's obviously for this building, I'm sure. But we have one right here. But there's no such thing as water in them. I'm not sure why, but there just is not. Right, I made the same mistake. You're supposed to confirm order and then purchase it. You can't just put them in your cart. It's literally like real life, and I'm a little annoyed by it because this isn't real life, so why should you have to do that? Different actions in the game. However, remember that you can have only one active item in your hand. Tab will open it. That is your inventory. That is also kind of tacky, but predictable. Allow me to stand directly underneath the delivery. Does not matter. Darn it. Also did not mean to do that, but that will work. So I can store the items, but what I like to do apparently that. I do that a little too frequently, I've noticed. I like to store them in here because this is already basically a storage place anyway. So, right. Nope. See, I've made that mistake a few times. I'm dyslexic, so I reverse order of things. I know what I'm trying to do, but I don't do it. Oh yeah, and then there's that. It's inverted for some reason, so you got to scroll your wheel the opposite direction you'd think. Although I guess it does make sense when I'm thinking about it, because you're scrolling this way, so it's scrolling up on your scroll wheel. But to me, it feels like it should naturally, instinctively want to go the other way. But anyway, all right. Dorg food there. Water canister here. Actually, no. Hang on. I like putting it up here. I already have a bit of a system. All right, so. Man, you already drank a bunch of water. So this place automatically comes with a ball, or at least so far as I found, although I do not see it. There it is. Right, I had to wait for it to complete its tasks. So you can pet the purrfurred, the snorferlorps, and the vibrating sacks of fur. Drooling imbeciles and vibrating sacks of fur. Those are the accurate, real names of these two animals. They're the actual genus types and family names. And I will not hear otherwise, I will die on that hill. Because they are accurate names. Also, fuzzy dicks works for cats too, but that's a different story. Fuzzy assholes. Things like that. Anyhow. Get you scritch the purrfurred and pets the purrfurred snorferlorps, and you get to boop them on the nose and the snoot and everything and all that good stuff. So, pick you up, put you down. I will pick you up before we go to pick up and play with Ball. Wait, no, right. For the record, you can left click on your mouse. Sorry, correction, on your moose. And thus, that will work in place of E. There is two different kinds of cameras in the game. There is the automatic printing one, so basically Polaroid. And then you can use your scanner and you scan them into your system, which is what you have to do in the tutorial, or so anytime you start a new game. You're here way deep. You could be 50 hours deep, and I'm assuming every time you start new, you have to do the same thing. I'm not 100% sure about that, so don't quote me on it. But that's the vibe I'm getting so far from my little miniature bit of experience. And then also, when dorgs are... Well, your traits aren't great. Cute puppo. They are obviously RN-tweest. Look at you. What a cute purrfurred. What a stupid puppy. Okay. But it gradually goes up over time. Certain dogs, if they're distrustful, I've found, do not go up over time until you get them over a certain threshold of percentage of relationship or adoptability, in other words. How much they love you and you love them. Because they're such stupid good puppers. Such a stupid puppy. You're so stupid. There we go. Oh. Well, I mean, there you go. That was one of the first things I experimented with, by the way. It was I was tossing them into, like, trying to toss them over the fence. And then I accidentally discovered there's basically like an invisible ceiling. The only thing that may scare you at first if you didn't know this is if you do this, it looks like it's going to go into oblivion, but then it also doesn't seem like it comes back. So sometimes you won't see the ball up on top of the roof at all. But it just gradually rolls back eventually anyway. Eventually. You can crouch, of course. In the corner. And you get to pet the purrfurred and boop it on the face, as we've said and established. But yes, it's a good puppersnup. Schnufferlup. Buppersup. Very good puppersnup. You are a mischievous bastard, though. Troublemaker, if you will. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, bud. I've misled you. I do apologize. Look at that happy puppy. Such a happy puppy. Alright. I'm not anti-dog. I'm not, you know, I don't dislike dogs. I'm just not a dog person. I'm a cat person. I like fuzzy assholes. I like furry dicks. That's kind of my thing with the Arabian. I'm not gonna go there, even though I technically completed that joke. I'm not doing it again. All right. So. Right, we're here. I'm smart. We are here for audio, right? Yes, instant camera, right? And then the other one is an actual normal camera that allows you to further increase your skill set. It is a beautiful, luxurious thing. So what we do is we grab the camera, go in here. I'd prefer the dogs to be facing, obviously, and same with probably cats, if there's an outdoor area for them. I prefer them to be facing the sun. Pardon me, my brain died for a moment, as it probably normally would. I keep doing that. Boink. Die. Alright. I hate how they do not allow you to throw things out until the end of the tutorial. I don't understand that. Like, what is the point of that? I don't get it. It's very annoying. I actually got rid of the boxes, thinking that they were actual junk. Turns out they're apparently decoration. I guess to make it feel more used and lived in the spaces. But there you go. Alright, so now what we want to do, obviously, is we want to go here, here, and we want to create advertisement. Right, I'm smart. I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta scan the picture first. My bad. I really wish it was her first. Now, one thing I found out for the record is if you don't want to accidentally lose a physical picture or two, if you want to keep them, I'm not sure where you'd store them all, but if you want to keep them, there's a bit of a problem where if they stack like 4+, one of them will always fall, or sometimes a couple of them will fall down on the ground, and only one will be able to be picked up, so you'll actually lose some of these pictures, which is very unfortunate. Nevertheless, that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was to access. Okay, now we can do this. So, create add, derp load. You select the picture, and there you go. Oh, look at this cute pet. Cute, right? This is Mimi. You may not know this, but our friend was born a homeless shortlorb. But don't let Mimi stay homeless. Give her a home full of true love. She's not a sweet transvestite. How dare you? Okay. So sometimes people will just chime in and I just want a dog. It seems like this is passive. So even if you do not have any animals actively in your shelter, including cats, puppies, kittens, they will still, or vice versa, dogs, if you went with cats first, they still will passively come in anyway, even if you have no one available. It's just the fact that you are a shelter, so that's what they expect. So yes, already she's a bad one because she doesn't fit anything. Camilla Salt, or Camila Salt, doesn't like mischievous. Well, she's not mischievous, she's a straight up troublemaker. Calm and loyal. I'm not big on that either. I don't want to be too picky because then I'll have to wait quite a while. Usually it'll take quite a long time before eventually you finally get the right person. Loves toys, sociable, loves toys. I already read that. Brave. Clumsy and energetic. So, Shirley Marianne Ferguson. Why do you sound like a politician? Does not care about traits, apparently. Here, I caught my attention. Mimi is searching for a new home. I want to express my interest in adoption. I hope we will get together after that. The requirements won't be a big obstacle in finding a pet for me. Let me inspect. And see, this is a catto. Or specifically, apparently, a kitten. But we could keep it, but it's going to be quite a while before we can add cats in the first place. Because even though you exit the tutorial, it's still kind of like a tutorial. It still gives you instructions and tells you like, hey, these are the only things you can do so far, because it's like a story, I guess. So it's not as great as you'd want it to be in that sense, I suppose. So if you click on this, you'll get more info and you'll see her traits, but then you'll see unfavorable and then favorable. So the best thing you can possibly do is match these traits, and clearly they match. So that's a great thing, and she doesn't have any undesirable traits, which is perfect, and the dog doesn't. So she's actually going to be the perfect match. So therefore, there we go. Marianne. And they will honk at you as well for to let you know they're there, and then they'll keep honking at you if they do not think you gave them enough time or did it in time. See? Beep. All right, you adorable Schnorferlorp. Into the Bupper Schnuppmobile you go. You can still pet them a little bit before they go, which is pretty neat. And you get your adoption summary. Reputation is what goes up with that. So, see how these matched perfectly. Fantastic. That's better than the first pet I adopted out. I had my own playthrough before. So, if we go here, thanks for the pet. And it's how happy they are, and it's basically their review of the match. And so, if they're really very proud of how well of a job you do, they pay you cash monies. It's just weird. This is adorable, though. And it's also a bit weird because, you know, butthole. But this is like Simon's cat. But instead, it's a dog. It's kind of interesting. Okay, let me remind myself what I need to do. Right, we just need 2 more animals. So we need to take in more. So, that's not what I wanted. I want this. Pupper. Bullshit puppy. Vince looks like a great pup. Might not be. These aren't necessarily matched, I've noticed. Which is totally fine. So, you cannot take these dorks in more than one at a time, which I guess makes sense, but it's kind of weird at the same time. Let's see. In honor of the Uncharted series I'm doing, Uncharted 4, we'll call him Drake. Drake. Alright, I'm gonna put you into this one. No, apparently I'm not. I have to set it down. Oh wait, no, I'm very smart. Hang on. Come here. Drizzy. Toronto guy thing. You are adorable. Oh my goodness. Are you part husky, part sheep? You almost look like it. Even patterning makes sense. Cute. Shib. Crossed with Huskell. I'd say that would be a very energetic, very playful, and very bratty type of pup. And also the coat would be murder to deal with. That would be some mad shedding, I assume. And it would be a lot rougher than even some other dogs. I've always found that dogs, no matter what, are very rough. Like, you have a cat and they're always soft. And a lot of times they're super plush, which is so nice. You can snuzzle yourself into them, it's nice. But with dogs, not only do they always stink, even fresh after a bath, like it lasts 2-3 hours to shampoo smell, and then they just have that natural smell of dog, because guess what? They secrete natural oils. Unlike cats, all over their fur. And so as a result, their pelts just smell like dog. And I hate the smell of dog. It's not a good smell. That's another reason why I'm not much of a dog person. I can't stand dog smells, and once they're there, you're never, ever going to get rid of that damn scent. It's going to impenetrate everything. And it's one of the most annoying things about dogs. But besides the fact that they're also like perpetual toddlers. Perpetual toddlers. I could tell as a parent the most overwhelmingly exhausting and annoying phase. I'm doing it again. I would have as a parent is the toddler phase. Potentially. I mean, there's obviously some toddlers that are just fantastic and they're just so much fun. Creative, weird little dorks, which would be amazing. But most toddlers are kind of a bitch to deal with. Now imagine having a toddler for 9+ years. That's not a fun time. Potentially upwards of nearly 2 decades. Some might live 2 decades or more. It's not a fun concept to me. Then again, some dogs are really fucking intelligent. They're beyond their reputation, if you will. All right, Drizzy. Let's get out here and let's play a bit. Yeah. But first. But first. Yes, but forest. There you go. It would be cool to have a clumsy dog and call it Forest, actually. And maybe it is you take it on like hikes or backpacking trips or something. That would be kind of cool. So, sometimes this stuff actually has a little bit of brindle in them. Sometimes you will find that this will happen, and then I was about to say, and then oh no, it's a little bit more still. But then you'll find out that it'll just stop giving anything, and you will not get any more. So you have to stop petting them because it's not going to matter much. So, sir, what we want to do is grab the ball, which was like right over here. Now I feel like a dog with keys. That was over here. My memory recall is fabulous. Fabulous. All right. Yeah, it wasn't fabulous. It was scandalous. That's what my brain was remembering. Was scandalous. What show was that from? Scandalous. I've always hated that though. Can't remember what the hell that was. That was a show I think my sister watched for a long time, for a while. Watched a lot. Like it was one of her favorite shows. That wasn't from Recess, was it? Maybe it was. Look at the excited puppy. Who's an excited puppy? Who's an excited puppy? Who's an excited idiot? Alright. Oh yeah, there's also sprinting in the game. In case you didn't know, now you do. So, you, Mr. Drizzle. Drizzle Manizzle. Ontario Fizzle. You done. You fish paste. You'll finish. You're Estonian. Rough the pupple up. Okay. So, we should take a piss whacker here pretty soon. Now time to get another schnorf. It's just a pretty time-consuming process overall with each pup. Like, some take a lot longer than others. Some based on traits, others not. Alright. I kind of am tempted to take Carmela, though. But I'm going to take in Lacey, because I'm not sure what that's about. Why would I rename the dog if it's clearly not homeless and it's someone else's and she was just found? You know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean... Y'all tripping. Alright. Carmela. Would that work? I guess it kind of would, in a way. Right. No left. Alright, there you go. A little bit of water. Hey, Drizzle. Alright. Drizzle my nizzle. Alright. Put the fuds in there. I do not appreciate you being so insolent. And here we go. One free refill, coupled right up. Easily boiled. Bored. Want some pits. It's gotta go piss whackers and want some thoomph. Which, fair. Alright. There you go. Excuse me, miss. Like part pity. Possibly. Nah, it looks a lot more like a Staffordshire or something like that. Or yeah, I don't know. It could be a pity, but it doesn't really look like a pity. Oh yes, also, one thing I did notice was that certain dogs have like certain places that they really like being touched. Like you'll notice down here, there's not really any love hearts. There's just friendship. But if you go up here, she gives loves. So certain dogs have certain areas that they really like, which is a nice little detail because that's true for all critters. I think even us as humans, we're technically animals, but you know, we all have our like specific little specials, quirky or whatever, you know, our specific little things that we like, or specific spots that like we just enjoy the most for some reason, whether it's like massages or rubs or pats or scratches or hugs or cuddles or whatever else. So see, this is a perfect example of when you can't get any more like positive from petting, so you got to stop for a while. She's got to take a piss anyway, and then she's got to drink some more water so she can refill and then do it again. Now, I'm not sure if I can rename her, despite the fact that it does not seem as though she is an adoptable pet, because she's already somebody's pet and she got lost. The thing I'm thinking of is if I could rename her, then that makes me wonder, and build my full relationship with her. That does make me curious and wonder if maybe it means that it was abandonment or something, or that like the owners just gave up or whatever, or figured, nah, no point. And so technically she is adoptable because of that. Like, she won't be able to go back home. I honestly do not know, but I feel like it's a good question, and I assume we'll find out. Like, if I go and look for the email, I feel like I might find an email from her owner if I put an ad out, at least. Because now I probably wouldn't. Unless, like, you know, owners are just reaching out to different shelters, and maybe it's somewhat local to... You know, this is somewhat local to where she got lost at. Because obviously there's also potential that you could lose your dog, like, on a road trip or something. And so you could actually be way away from there and just have to give up and go home. And now maybe you're hundreds or thousands of miles away, and you realize, fuck, my dog's all the way over there. How am I going to get her? I can't afford that. And so maybe you have to, unfortunately, adopt her out to somebody else, which would be heartbreaking, but at the same time, it's the best thing for the pup or the cat or whatever. So I am curious how that's going to work. Like, if I put out the ad, are we going to get an email then from somebody who's like, hey, that's our dog. Thank you for finding her and keeping her safe, taking her in. We were looking for her, we couldn't find her. Like, I'm very curious how in this game that's going to work. Because they already have attention to detail in regards to, like, specific special locations and places for the critters to prefer you to pet them and stuff. I wonder if that detail's in there too. Fuck you. No. See, I tried that before starting recording, obviously, in a different save. And you can tell, you can try it, like, you can get a perfect aim at the dogs and you cannot hit them. It will just avoid them. But apparently you can hit yourself with drone deliveries, which I find to be kind of upsetting. Sorry, correction, pup-setting. I am very pup-set. She's apparently aggressive? Really? So she is reactive. That's very interesting. Because easily bored, and I thought, maybe she's reactive. It's very easily angry. Interesting. Oh, she don't look like it now, does she? That's adorable, though. Damn, I had the perfect opportunity to take a picture over there. And, like, the perfect situation. And now, instead, she's not facing the sun no more. I caught that at the wrong time. It doesn't seem to matter or change anything depending on if you have the right lighting or not. If I go into here, you'll notice it says very boldly on the bottom right that there's custom tabs. So I can rotate the picture, which I had not tried before. So if I don't want to accidentally not be able to get it back, I can change the exposure value, which that doesn't look like the exposure is changing at all. But if it is, it's very slight. And then, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that exact anymore. Damn. And you can change the contrast, which I haven't effed with any of these so far. But I'm not seeing any differences when I'm effing with that, so I don't know. And then focus distance. I can't adjust that, and I can't adjust aperture either. So, whoops. So, in example, all right, I could just reset it, couldn't I? In example, I can turn focus on, but I still can't change the focus distance. It also doesn't seem to necessarily change anything for me that I've noticed. So, you aren't sitting down no more. How dare you? What a great borp, but how dare you at the same time. Not what I wanted. I want to exit out of the fucking mode. Why am I... Oh, God, I just wasted a picture. Why am I having a hard time being competent right now? Wait, is Drake still out? Oh, he is. Oh, interesting. He's just still in that corner for some reason. And I only have Lacey right now. But I guess that's okay. Because as long as I can get these out there... Wait, why did I scan that? My bad. Oh, no, I do have one of Mimi. My bad. Wait, Mimi? Oh, no, that's the old one, right? Because I have them on my computer, I can throw those away. I'm not concerned about that. So actually, I'll just... Because it doesn't seem like I can get, like, buy a picture frame or just pin these up on the wall like push pins or tack or something. Easily bored and aggressive. Sad story. Pet owners left this one in an empty house and never returned. Not for the neighbors, this poor animal would have eventually died to haters and starvation. Okay. Well, I can't exactly blame them. Hole in the ground. These are cats and puppies, or kittens and puppies. There's only one person so far. Loyal. Does not like silly. Disgusting. I don't think this dog's gonna be anywhere near what he'd want. But we'll keep him around. Alright, let's create the ad. Full Lacey. Alright. I'm curious if he's stuck. I guess they could get stuck. That's probably what's going on, I suppose. Is that he's stuck. He shouldn't be. I think I just went through dog shit. That's fine. I just did it again. That's fine. Listen. Alright. Yes, okay. That's what it was. Is he thought he was stuck. So the game interpreted him as stuck, which is, again, totally fine. Quickly go to the... Oh, crap. Okay. It's better when they bork. I want him to bork again, but I also don't want him to go. Oh! Hopefully I got that. Yes, I did. Okay, fan-freaking-tabernacle. Oh, wait. I should pay attention to their food and water stats. So you need water. You're actually still okay, interestingly. So, whoops. So, Lacey. Magur. Come here, Savish. I want you to hither with your wither. Get placed. And then you, sir. You're actually fine, but I'm going to, despite that, put you back in here. Thumb drive, USB stick is what I refer to them as. Listen, man. Fantastic. Go die. Alright, so. Let us eat lettuce and begin. Alright, Drizzle, my dear Nizzle. Come here. Why is that listed that way? Why does that have a special circle on it? I don't understand. Select. So, as far as I can tell, there's potential that you may only be able to advertise one dog at a time, but no, I guess that's not the case. I don't understand that. That's kind of weird. Alright. So you want love, toys, loyal, and calm. Definitely not Lacey. Yeah, you're not going to want Lacey. Trust me on that. Doesn't want clumsy or silly. Well, she's definitely not that. Kind-natured. She's aggressive, so that's not going to work either. Goodbye. Unfortunately. You want a catto. I get you, man. I get you. Marine? Oh, Marianne. It's a different Marianne. For a second, I thought it was the same one. I was like, what? So you don't want aggressive. Well, you could work for good old Drizzle. So I'm going to do that. In fact, you want Drizzle. My bad. I should be paying a little more attention, shouldn't I? Kind and natured. Non-aggressive. Well. Lacel for Camilla Guthrie. Are you related to Woody by chance? Or Arlo for that matter. Less need for exertion. I mean... Lacey. Doesn't want aggressive, doesn't want... Well, then why would you want Lacey? Fuck out of here, Welk. Welch. Nope. Wrong answer. Go away. Okay. So, Marianne McNeil. This is for... Who do I got right now? I got Lacey. I didn't want Lacey. I want... Well, I understand why I thought I did. I want Drizzle. So, no dogs in house, no cats in house, interestingly. You only fit the kind natured, but that's fine. There is cats in house and there's dogs in house. So, no go, my dear. Sylvia Vo, you have dogs in house, you have no cats in house, but... Yeah. Sorry. Alright, so let's go back. Get Lacey. Nope, don't have a pupple. Won't for a while. Alright, so you, let's see for Lacey. This is Lacey, yes. So no kiddos, but there is kiddos. So that's already a no. None of these people fit, man. None of them fit, and I'm upset about it. I am pupset. Okay, so he does no cats, but he does have dogs, and you don't want no dogs. Because obviously sometimes he'll need to compromise. I'll keep that in my back pocket, but I don't think that that's going to work. So, Drake is getting sub-op. It's just for a cat. You gotta be kidding me. So, Drake is suboptimal right now for conditions, and Lacey is even in more dire straits for potential adoptees. And I hate it so much for these poor pups.